All right, guys, welcome back to day two of ELA week for theme. We are going to go ahead and continue our lessons on theme. We're going to go ahead and look at some text and watch a quick video. Hopefully, this will go easy. Let's go ahead and start talking about theme. Let's go watch this video before we start our lesson. The sound might be a little bit wonky, so if you want to go ahead and pause now and just go to the presentation and play from the presentation, that's good. I'm just gonna play here just for my class.
It was an ice cold evening in the city that never sleeps. Criminals stalked the streets, and everywhere you looked, it was a war of good versus evil. Will there be a hero to come save the city? Someone on a mission for justice? Stay tuned to find out what the theme is. Yeah, we got some knowledge you can get right here. We're talking about a theme or a big idea. It's a message about life. The author is expressing, so here's an example for anyone with question. Excessive pride leads to a person's demise. Now a few more themes you can try emphasize. In The Little Prince, I won't keep you guessing. Relationships teach you important lesson. And in Tuck Everlasting, there's that death is a part of the life cycle. Do you get it yet? Many different stories have themes that they share. It could be in this book and that book over there. Like in Alice in Wonderland and The Little Prince. Do you know what a theme that they share is? It's that in childhood, you're open-minded and you know things that adults lose sight of. Don't confuse theme with the main idea though. So just in case, let me break it down for you real slow. Main idea is what a text is about mostly, while the theme is more sweeping, so you've gotta read closely. Every story has a theme, a universal concept, if you know what I mean. Theme in every story has a theme. Just below the surface, running through it like a stream. Every story has a theme, a universal concept, if you know what I mean. Theme in every story has a theme. Just below the surface, running through it like a stream. And say what the theme is, but with the character and plot, you don't need to be a genius. Take Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, the billionaire, the moonlighting crime fighter who all of the villains fear. But every once in a while, a truly diabolical one comes into town and really puts Batman to the test. The Joker, the Penguin, the Scarecrow, you can guess that one. Every time, without fail, it's the good guy, Batman, who prevails. So what's the thing? Think about the plot and the characters, heroes, villains. I see the thing. Yup, there it is. Good triumphs over evil. Let's do another, cause a text can have more than one theme to discover. Bruce Wayne's a jerk, but Batman's a good guy. So another theme is there's more than meets the eye. Every story has a theme, a universal concept, if you know what I mean. Theme in every story has a theme. Just below the surface, running through it like a stream. Every story has a theme, a universal concept, if you know what I mean. Theme in every story has a theme. Just below the surface, running through it like a stream. And here we are. This story has many themes, as you can tell. There's always a theme to everything you read, everything you see. Make sure you dig deep. Your story has a theme too. Every story has a theme.
All right, again, if that video doesn't sound very good, just go ahead and play it on the presentation. So let's go ahead and go back to what we did yesterday. We worked on this anchor chart here. If you didn't have a chance to write it down yesterday in your notebook, this is your opportunity to go ahead and finish it up. Again, we're talking about theme. The theme is the main message, lesson, or moral of a text. The theme can be stated in the text. Fables and myths usually tell you the theme at the end. The theme can also be implied, meaning that it's not going to be told, but you can figure it out. It doesn't really come at you, but you can figure it out. And the way you figure it out is by finding clues in the text. So some clues could be what happens to the characters, how do the characters react, what do the characters learn, how do the characters grow or change. I know some of you have probably read the story or watched the movie Harry Potter. Harry Potter starts the story a little bit naive, doesn't believe in a lot of things. At the end of the story, he's a lot wiser. He's a lot, he knows a lot more about what's going on in Hogwarts and what his role is. So the character changes through the story. What is the author trying to teach me is something that you should be asking yourself every time before you start reading a story, because what is the purpose of reading a story if you're not going to learn something, right? Just don't pick up a book and you're like, didn't learn anything. Bye, Felicia. Right? You don't do that. You pick up a book to read it and you learn something from it. And some examples of this are you can overcome challenges, be loyal to your friends, and cooperate to achieve goals. All right, so today we are going to read the story. This is The Miser. And this is a fable based on Aesop fables. Aesop fables are very popular, and you guys have probably already read this story. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to read the story. You're going to think about the story setting, a character setting, character experiences, and you're going to try to come up with a theme. We're going to use the same graphic organizer from yesterday. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to listen to me reading the story. And as I'm reading the story, there's 3 questions that I need you guys to think about. The first question is, what does the miser do every day? What happens to the miser's money? And what does the stranger try to teach the miser? So let's go ahead and read. The Miser, based on a fable by Aesop. Scene 1, the miser's garden. The miser digs up the gold he's buried and then counts it piece by piece. Miser, rubbing his hands with delight. Yes, every last coin is there, the exact sum I've had for years. Now I must bury my treasure again to hide it. Thief, watching from behind a tree. Every day, this man digs something up and then buries it again. I shall see what it is that he digs up and buries. Waits for the miser to leave, then digs up and steals the gold. Scene 2, the next morning. Miser, digging where his gold was. My gold! My gold! I've been robbed! A stranger hears the miser's cries and comes to see what is wrong. Stranger, your gold? There in that hole? Why did you put it there? Why didn't you keep it in the house where you could easily get at it, and when you had things to buy? Miser, buy? Why, I never touched the gold except to count it. I couldn't think of spending it. Stranger throws a large stone into the hole. If that is the case, then cover up that stone. Miser, scoffing. Oh, you're a fool. That is not gold. It is a mere stone. Stranger, it may be a mere stone, but it is worth just as much to you as the treasure you lost. The stranger walks off, leaving the miser to consider his words. Let's go back to the 3 questions that I had. The first question was, what does the miser do every day? Pause the video and try to talk to your class about this. Awesome job. You guys answered the question correctly. The miser digs up his money and then buries it again. What happens to the miser's money? Again, pause the video. Correct again. The thief steals his money. What does the stranger try to teach the miser? Pause. Yep, 3 out of 3, guys. His money didn't do him any good. Why didn't his money do him any good? Well, he was burying it in the backyard for no reason. Who does that? That's crazy. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and look at our graphic organizer. So the characters in the story. The characters in the story are the miser, the thief, and the stranger. The setting. What do you guys think the setting is in the story? The setting, I would say the miser's garden is where the entire story takes place. So I would put that. There's no time or country or anything like that that we can talk about. So we'll just put miser's garden. Character experiences. The character experiences could be the miser digs up his gold, counts it, digs it back in, the thief steals it, and then the stranger comes by and teaches a lesson to the miser, right? That could be my summary of the character experiences. And then the theme of the story would be that the if you don't use your wealth, you might as well not have it. All right, so I know that this might be kind of crazy because a lot of people teach us to save money and not use it all, but what is the point in going to your backyard and burying all that money and then just not using it, right? The miser could have been using that money to help others, to buy himself something. Do you buy a car and not drive it? Do you buy a cell phone and not call people or use the internet or text? Do you buy food and just let it go to waste in your refrigerator? No, right? If you buy stuff, you use it. If you have something, you use it. You just don't let it sit there forever. And especially, we don't bury it in our backyard for a thief to come and steal it, right? So I think there's more than one lesson in the story. Is don't bury your money in the backyard. And also, if you have some, use it. Now, don't use it all, please. Try to be conservative about your money because you might be broke. All right, it's a real story right there. All right, in your classes, it is your discussion time. Discuss how you figured out the theme of the drama. If you identify more details that you'd like to add to your organizer, you can do so now. And then you're going to write a short response, describe the theme of the drama, explain which details develop the theme, use details from the organizer in your response. All right. Now, this is the greatest time ever, exit ticket time. You will go ahead and read this text independently. This text is titled "The Wise Man." It's a Chinese folktale. Then you will answer the question part A and part B. The question part A is how do the actions of the old man's friend contribute to the theme of the story? And then part B is which detail from the folktale best supports the answer to part A. All right, guys, this is lesson dos. I will see you guys on tomorrow for your lesson 3. All right, peace out, guys.